understand Gaia's worth? We Garo have been fighting against the worm for millennia. I gave into the rage, felt the worm touch my soul. Will humans ever understand Gaia's worth? We Garo have been fighting against the worm for millennia. I gave into the rage, felt the worm touch my soul. Will humans ever understand Gaia's worth? We Garo have been fighting against the worm for millennia. I gave into the rage, felt the worm touch.
Okay. Greetings and salutations everybody, and welcome back to Invisible Let's Play the Project. I am your host, Invisible, from Invisible's Gaming channel, sucking at your hearts from the dark side of the moon. And this is a project, the continuation of a project, Let's Play Werewolf the Apocalypse, Earthblood, the video game adaptation of the tabletop Werewolf the Apocalypse made by White Wolf. Previously, we managed to take control of all the Indran facilities on the Nevada desert. We reached Adana too late, as per usual, and weirdly enough, we discovered that the Red Talons, our supposed allies, are traitors. Today, we shall go and confront Onawa and her Red Talons, and also we shall learn more about the lore behind the tabletop games from our dignified and very much respected YouTube content creators, Brett McGowan and the Gentleman Gamer. Again, by the way, we are now past the midpoint of the game. So basically, it will not take too long so far to finish it. As I told you before, this is a budget game, a very short one. So enjoy it while you still can. I'd like to pray peace be upon all of my subscribers and commentators, followers, friends and fans, everyone from the beasts of the Ottoman Empire and everyone from the Discord server, free YouTube friends, literally by name. Thunderstruck Gaming, BH09 Gaming, Luxbear, Markhoss, Natrocrash 31, Mark IC 2211, Rogue Agent Carodan, Cryfield, CBTV 123, Matthew 1121, Slagardo 85, Arfored, Musclepan Gaming, and Bob Express. With that being said, as per usual with our current format, I'm going to start the stream by showing you the lore more lore from behind the tabletop game. For that, I already prepared our Gentleman Gamer playlist and the Brett McGowan playlist. Today we shall be talking about the Gate of Furnace. How many tribes are left now to talk about? We already spoke about the fall of the Garou, the introduction, Black Furies, the feminist, the Bone Knowers, the Bigards, Children of Gaia, the Hippies, the Fianna, the Drunken Bards. We already spoke about the Red Talons, the Speciest, who are proud to be Garou and hate all humankind, literally. Today we will talk about the Gate of Furnace, then the time will come for the Glasswalkers, and finally the Shadow Lords. If you see here, each tribe has its own mark. Today we'll talk about the Gates of Furnace, then we shall be tackling what does Pentix think about the Gate of Furnace from the Gentleman Gamer. Which means, let's go to the gameplay scene here and tackle on the credits. Because we will be watching the content from other content creators, not ourselves. As per usual. I only do this when other people have the information or the material I need. Credit is given where credit is due. Also, as per usual, those guys' playlists and YouTube channel links are all down in the description from day one. Giving credit for credit is due. Also, I must inform you that all the songs used by Brett McGowan in his own videos here are getting claimed for me. So, yeah, I'm getting some problem with managing my personal cast copyright claims. Here. Content. Live. I have 1, 2, 3. I'm not really sure how many videos now I have under process to remove the copyright content. Every time I will get a copyright content attack, I will mute the music. It's just that simple. This one here. Good. Live stream feedback is still good. Very nice. Okay, shall we begin now with the stream? Anything else that I may be forgetting? Yes, I'd like to remember again my quickly hotkeys for the number pads. Here. Number 1 and 2 for starting and stopping the stream. Number 4 for the best for the loyalty. Be right back for number 6 then. Okay. Number 9 for coming soon. Number 5 for ending. Number 7 for gameplay. I know that. 8 for greetings. So 9 for the coming soon. 8 is for the greetings. 7 for the gameplay. 6 for be right back. Do I use 5 or 4? 4 is for the Altered Beasts of Loyalty. And 5, something like it. Whatever. I'll mute right now my mic and leave you to listen to Brett McGowan's explaining of the Gate of Fenris. Let's go. Before you even ask, yes, this will be copyright claimed and it will be muted when I have to edit my video. So, in order to listen to the music yourselves before it gets muted, just visit the channel itself. All the links are in the description literally.
There is something about the combination of Vikings and wolves that just seems right. There's the image of the Viking raiders, attacking like a pack of wolves, fierce, merciless, but coordinated and acting as one. Or the image of the Viking berserker, clad in wolf skins. Or all the times wolves appear in Norse mythology. Gere and Freke, the loyal pets of Odin. Garm, the wolf guarding the gates to the land of the dead. Skull and Hati, the wolf brothers chasing the sun and moon. And their father, the great wolf Fenrir, destined to kill Odin at Ragnarok, swallow the sun, and bring the end of the world. The wolf is inseparable from the Viking. So if any tribe would have ties to the Vikings, the Get of Fenris are the logical choice. After all, what could be a more terrifying sight than a Viking werewolf? Okay, first, take everything you know about Norse mythology and chuck it out the window, because the tale of the origin of the Fenrir is much different. The great wolf Fenris was in fact the ancestor of the Get of Fenris, the mightiest warrior of the first 16 Garou created by Gaia. Fenris lived for the hunt, battle, and service to Gaia. Fenris's rage was greater than any Garou, and matched only by his honor. In the ancient days, Fenris led the first pack in battles against the Worm and its servants, the Jotun. As they fought more battles, more Garou would be born to continue the fight, eventually branching off to form the tribes of the Garou, all except Fenris. If Fenris was to mate with anyone, it had to be a mate worthy of his might, and he found none among either humans or wolves. Years passed as Fenris remained alone, perfecting his will and strength. He had nearly resigned himself to his fate until something changed. In battle against the Jotun, Fenris was met by the sight of a woman whose ferocity and strength matched his own. Fenris followed this woman and her tribesmen to the frozen lands of the north, where he would learn this maiden's name, Sigyn, Queen of the Vanir. Fenris professed his love to Sigyn, and her heart was touched. But sadly, she was already betrothed to another. Enraged, Fenris challenged the suitor to a battle to the death. Fenris would soon learn that Sigyn's suitor was a frost giant. He was momentarily startled by this revelation, but steeled his resolve. Either Sigyn would be his, or he would die here. The battle began. The frost giant pushed Fenris to his limit, but Fenris would not be defeated. He broke the giant's neck even though his arms couldn't reach all the way around. Fenris emerged victorious, but collapsed from exhaustion. When he regained his senses, Sigyn was tending to his wounds. Sigyn was grateful to Fenris, for he had saved her from life with a frost giant she detested and found in him a much more worthy suitor. Fenris rejoiced. He had found his mate. Sigyn would bear Fenris 3 sons, As time passed, they too would have sons and daughters of their own, and that was the beginning of the tribe of the Fenrir. The Fenrir didn't involve themselves with the Impergium as their numbers were fewer than most tribes. The Fenrir had set high standards for their kin and only accepted the best among humanity's numbers into their ranks, so they had no use to cull humans, at first. The Fenrir eventually did take part in the slaughter as revenge for humanity's crimes against Gaia, and they have regret for that. The War of Rage is also another black mark in their history. The Garus saw themselves as the natural leaders of the Fera, but the other Fera tribes would not accept them. The Garu waged war against the Fera as retaliation, and the Fenrir marched along with them. However, the loss of potential allies ultimately weakened them against the Worm, but the way the Fenrir saw it, both parties are to blame. The Fera for refusing to follow, and the Garu for leading poorly. Taking the tribe back to the north, the Fenrir would discover Sigurd's kingdom overrun by Jotun. Fenris led his pack into battle and crushed the Jotun. At the sight of their victory, the Fenrir would make their greatest cairn, Heimhalla, which would also become their home. But it was not to last, as Heimhalla would be attacked by the Aesir, led by Odin. Fenris would reside in the umbral aspect of Heimhalla after the cairn's fall, ultimately disappearing into its deepest, darkest reaches, on a mission to capture and kill Odin. The remaining Fenrir would migrate westward to Scandinavia, where they built their new home. But how did this come to pass in the first place, you may ask? It started with a silver-tongued devil of the Aesir named Loki. Loki desired power, and so playing the trickster, Loki fed Odin the lies of Fenris plotting to wage war on the Aesir and conquer the realms of Asgard and Utgard. Odin believed him and marched upon the Fenrir. While the battle was great, it was also how the Fenrir lost Heimhalla. Sigurd would also be killed at the siege of Heimhalla. Sadly, the truth of these tales would be lost to humanity, as they came to believe that the Aesir were gods, and Fenris the spawn of Loki and harbinger of the end times. Years passed and Odin's power grew. His power was such that not even death held sway over him. He conquered lands as far as Russia, and when the Fenrir caught wind of what was happening, they leapt into battle. Led by the pack, the sons of Fenris, they razed Odin's castle in Denmark to the ground and conquered across Scandinavia. When Odin learned of the Fenrir's deeds, he responded in kind. The battle was terrible. While they killed Odin's warriors, he raised them back from the dead to fight again, and called upon foul monsters he had struck pacts with. The Fenrir called upon the spirit of Fenris to aid them as well, but something happened that no one expected. The sons of Fenris merged into one and became the living embodiment of Fenris, a colossal wolf that struck fear into even Odin. Odin attempted to flee, but the sons of Fenris struck him down and destroyed his body. The Fenrir were victorious, and the names of all who took part in that great battle are remembered to this day, including Gen of Fenris slays Grendel, also known as Beowulf, who would become a mighty Jarl of the tribe. From him, the future name of the tribe would be taken. To the south, the Fenrir would meet a new enemy, the Romans. Now the Fenrir had kinfolk to the south in the Visigoths and Vandals, and they had come into contact with the Romans on many an occasion. This of course got them on the bad side of Silverfangs within Rome, who wanted the Fenrir to bend the knee, which the Fenrir laughed at. The Silverfangs responded by tricking them into killing each other. A Fenrir Ragabash named Herman Farrunner of the Karasay tribe warned his kinsmen of the Silverfangs' treachery after they had slaughtered the Langobards. He would then take every able-bodied Fenrir popping kinfolk with him and lead the beginning of the Germanic revolt against Rome. However, Rome had found a way to play the Germanic tribes against each other by giving them land within the empire in exchange for service in the Roman military. Some Fenrir took them up on this offer, but even with the Fangs backing Rome, there were a couple things they didn't see coming. First, in 372, the Huns rode to invade Rome. The Fenrir could tell they reeked of worm taint and agreed to aid the Fangs in destroying them. However, the Fangs cheated them and mistreated their kinfolk, so the Fenrir went on a rampage and massacred any Roman legions they came across. Even the Eastern Roman Empire couldn't stop the Fenrir. At the Battle of Adrianople, the Fenrir destroyed the illusion of Rome's invincibility. In 410, a Fenrir kinfolk named Alaric would lead the sacking of Rome by the Visigoths. As a peace offering, Rome offered Alaric France. Alaric took the offer but conquered Spain as well with no protest from Rome. Rome had completely withdrawn back to Italy, leaving the European continent the Fenrirs for the taking. One of the Fenrir's most important conquests came when their Saxon kinfolk conquered Britain. Vortigern, the king of Britain at the time, invited Saxon mercenaries to come settle the land, and a Fenrir named Hengest was among them. While Hengest served Vortigern well, he also did not trust him. He saw the British soldiers as weak and cowardly and preferred the Saxons rule Britain. To advance his position, Hengest offered his daughter Rowena's hand in marriage to Vortigern in exchange for the land of Kent, as a powerful cairn was located there. Vortigern agreed, but his son Vortimer, unlike his father, saw through Hengest's deception and tried to drive the Saxons out of Britain after ousting his father from the throne. After a few years of poor ruling, Rowena killed him and cleared the throne for Vortigern. Unfortunately, Vortimer had spent the kingdom's treasury on wars against the Visigoths, so Vortigern could not provide the Saxons and Fenrir any food or clothing. Enraged, the Saxons ravaged the country until Hengist called for a peace talk between the Saxons and Britons on the Salisbury Plain. However, it had been a trap laid by Hengist as Vortigern's men were cut down by the Saxons. Vortigern fled to Wales where he attempted to rebuild but would be ousted from power by the Roman general Ambrosius Aurelius, who managed to push the Saxons back. In 793, a Viking raiding party would land on the shores of Lindisfarne and attack the monastery there. This would be the beginning of the Viking Age. Now over in Britain, the Saxon kinfolk had given themselves over to the Christians, and the local Fianna residing there had dubbed them the Get of Fenris as an insult. The Saxon Fenrir, however, weren't bothered by it. They gladly adopted the name, pointing to the heroism of Beowulf. The way they saw it was better to be the weakest Get of Fenris than the strongest wolf in one of the weaker tribes. However, the Scandinavian Fenrir refused to acknowledge any other name given to their tribe by an outsider. For a time, it was almost like two rival camps had formed within the tribe. Scandinavian Fenrir saw the Saxon Fenrir as traitors to their traditions for letting the populace become Christianized, while the Saxons accused the Scandinavians for invading their lands. The Scandinavian Fenrir would also start to run roughshod over in Ireland and set up the city of Dublin, taking a cairn from the Fianna in the process. However, the Fenrir were open to being more diplomatic with the Fianna and managed to secure a sort of peace. But throughout Scandinavia, the Fenrir began establishing their own kingdoms: Norway, Sweden, and Denmark. Fenrir kinfolk even landed on Iceland. But if you know your Viking history, this question is probably on your mind. Did the Fenrir travel to America too?
Yes! 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 Yes!
Some Fenrir and their most trusted kin traveled with Leif Erikson's crew to America. Landing in America, the Fenrir would find themselves on good terms with the Croatan, but clashed with the Wendigo, and became wary of the secret of Uctina. During the Dark Ages, Odin returned from the dead, this time empowered by the Worm. Fenris returned to the physical world with an army of Fenrir at his back. Across the world they marched searching for Odin, until they found him in the Ural Mountains with an army of the dead, monsters, and corrupted werewolves waiting. The battle was over quickly, but too little too late did the Fenrir realize it was a trap. Fenris hurled a large boulder at Odin, smashing his body to pieces. But then Fenris was pulled into the Umbra. A great silver chain wrapped around his body, binding him. Odin had done this to keep Fenris from the field of the final battle against the Worm, and without our mightiest warrior at her side, Gaia's chances for victory would be slim. When the Europeans began settling in America, the Fenrir would return. They would get involved, of course, in the Revolutionary War and the Civil War. The Fenrir also settled in the American West and took part in many of the conflicts that happened there. They look back on those days with shame, as most of the conflicts were petty and no honor gained from them. Through both world wars, the Fenrir, mainly the Scandinavian ones, attempted to stay out of the conflict, but defended their territory to the death. However, during World War II, there were Fenrir that joined the Nazis. Many of these Fenrir had come from the camp, the Swords of Heimdall, which had formed in the aftermath of the American Civil War. This camp believed in the superiority of the werewolves, and especially the Nordic werewolves. They were convinced that Hitler was no vampire or wormbane, just a man. Technically correct, but Hitler had benefactors in the Thule Society, a coven of Odin-worshipping mages. The Thules were convinced that the Germanic people were descended from a great race of superhumans from the north. Well, they got the north part right, but in reality, the Fenrir were the descendants of this great race, the Vanir. But Hitler and the Nazis took the myth and applied it to themselves anyway. The Fenrir that joined the ranks of the Nazis, though, saw this as reverence being paid to them in Sigun, so why not join them? Thing is, most of the Fenrir saw this as an affront and betrayal to the tribe and the Gauru as a whole. When World War II ended, the Nazi Fenrir went underground, but the tribe sent out agents to hunt them down and bring them to justice. It took almost 60 years, but they made sure the traitors paid. Every last one of them. Later, the Fenrir would join the Gauru in a crusade against the Worm cult, the 7th generation. The Silverfangs wiped them out in North America while the Fenrir hunted them down in Europe, eventually killing the last one in a Belgian prison. In 2001, the Fenrir finally destroyed the Swords of Heimdall and the last remnants of the Thule Society, finally closing the book on one of their darkest shames. On New Year's Eve that same year in Uppsala, Sweden, the Get of Fenris gathered as a great red star burned in the heavens. The Eye of Odin, they called it. The Master of Right proclaimed, "Hear this. We are the Get of Fenris. We have his holy blood flowing through our veins, in strength and wisdom and lore and honor. Hear this. There is no pure blood in the blood of heroes, and that blood burns brightest in us, Fenris's children. No matter what land you come from, you are still Fenris's children. Ragnarok is coming, and we shall surely fall, but our passing shall make the very sky shake, and the very earth rumble under our feet. Enemies of Fenris, be you Jotun, demon, human, or Svartalf, shiver with fear, because tonight we feast. The Get of Fenris is a tribe of warriors. They value heroism above all else. Cowardice, indecisiveness, retreat, the Fenrir scorn these words. Strength is what matters. Honor is what matters. The Fenrir are one of the most selective tribes in the Gauru nation. It is not enough to be born a Fenris. You must earn the right to stand with the tribe. As such, their rite of passage is one of the most brutal and bloodiest. And even after you've passed, you are continuously tested.
Where in the hell are you from anyway, Private?
Sir, Texas, sir!
Holy dog shit! Texas, only steers and queers come from Texas, Private Cowboy. And you don't much look like a steer to me, so that kind of narrows it down.
Any Fenrir pups too weak are cast out and abandoned, though in recent times they are handed over to other tribes. The Fenrir are also one of the more egalitarian tribes when it comes to gender. If a woman can prove that she is as fierce and strong as any male, she is treated no differently. The tribal totem is the great wolf Fenris himself. Fenris cares nothing for defending humanity, righting wrongs, or healing the world. In fact, he cares little for his own tribe unless they have the strength to match his own. He will not tolerate weakness even from his own kin. Fenris cares about one thing above all else: destroying the worm, whatever the cost. In that sense, the Fenrir are among the most devoted of Gaia's children. To them, nothing else matters. A glorious death in battle in service to Gaia against the worm is the highest honor a Fenrir could hope to achieve. They're not suicidal. Any Fenrir wants to live, if not to enjoy life and protect their kin. But if they must sacrifice their life to achieve that end, they will do so gladly. Their leaders are chosen by strength and they lead as such, confronting threats head on. Fenrir aren't much for introspection, seeing it as a needless distraction, and the Fenrir despise the politicking of other tribes. To them, there's too much dishonesty and a real lack of honor. While they respected the might of the Silver Fangs as alphas of the Gauru in the past, the weakness the Fangs are beginning to show is making them think that maybe it's time a new alpha stepped up to lead them more efficiently. Remember, the Get of Fenris are warriors first and foremost. There do exist lupus Fenrir, but their numbers are few. Though among the Fenrir, it is said that none are closer to the will of Gaia within the tribe, and that Fenris prefers their company. Metis Fenrir are actually treated well compared to other tribes. They're not held responsible for their parents' sin and are given the same expectations as any Fenrir. If a Metis can cut it, he is treated no differently from any other Fenrir and given the same respect. Hamid Fenrir make up the bulk of the tribe. While the Hamids have their faults, such as giving rise to the perceived chauvinism the weaker-minded of the tribe hold them in contempt for, or the blasphemous fascism the Swords of Heimdall attempted to promote with the Nazis, the Hamid have also preserved their history and traditions. Indeed, the Hamid are the very heart and soul of the Fenrir. The territory the Fenrir control is mainly located in Scandinavia, Sweden, Norway, and Denmark, as well as Germany. Their kinfolk, while mainly coming from Nordic stock, can actually come from all races and ethnicities. The Fenrir want only the strongest in their tribe. It just so happens that your average Fenrir is gonna look whiter than a clan rally.
Holy shit, guys. Liam's dressed like the f***ing clans.
The stereotypical Fenrir is a Viking berserker. While not an untrue image, that doesn't really capture who the Fenrir are. Sure, most Fenrir are warriors, but there are Fenrir that are gifted mystics and storytellers as well. Don't feel like you have to be locked into one mold. There's a place in Fenrir for all auspices, so let's try to use that as a roadmap. Now me, while I find it easy to be drawn to the warrior archetype, I also want to give him a strong sense of honor in order to make him a more interesting character, and perhaps make him a bit more intelligent. Someone who's grizzled, experienced, and hardened. And now, of course, comes the part you've all been waiting for. Characters that will work for inspiration. To start off, well, any given character from Vikings will work for inspiration. Ragnar, Bjorn Ironside, Ivar the Boneless, Lagertha, Floki, Rollo, even the Seer. You'll get so many ideas just watching Vikings alone. I'd also recommend the historical manga Vinland Saga. In particular, these three characters. Askeladd fits as a Fenrir Ragabash with how he gets by using his wits. Thorfinn makes a perfect Fenrir pup, and Thorkel the Tall for an older, more experienced Fenrir Arun. I'd also recommend the Greyjoys from Game of Thrones, though the books do the characterization of them much better. The Greyjoys are heavily inspired by Vikings, and so they make ideal Fenrir. Now this one is a personal favorite of mine, Guts from Berserk. This guy would be right at home in the Fenrir. The scene where he single-handedly fights off 100 men is all the proof you need. But his character is also very well written and complex. He shows how you can take the warrior archetype and add some depth to it. Next up, the Captain from Hellsing. He works because he's actually a werewolf to boot. He never says a word in any of his appearances, but he's such a cool character you can't not use him. I'd also recommend Mandalorians from Star Wars. The Mandalorians are a warrior people that live by a strict code of honor and thus make ideal inspiration for Fenrir characters. Ones I personally recommend would be Canderous Ordo from Knights of the Old Republic and Sabine Wren from the Rebels TV series. This next one will seem pretty obvious, Wolverine from X-Men. This guy is notorious for his berserker rage and violent attitude. Right at home is a Fenrir. And of course, we all know his catchphrase.
I'm the best there is at what I do, but what I do isn't very nice.
I'm also going to recommend Thor and Loki from the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but I'm going to specifically recommend them in Thor Ragnarok, and that's because this film, more than any of the other Thor films, really shows how applicable their characters are to the werewolf setting. In this film, Thor shows honor and strength that would make him a natural fit for a Fenrir, Arun, or Philodox, while Loki, showing his skill for deception, makes a perfect Ragabash in the Fenrir. And to close out, Goku from Dragon Ball Z. I realize this won't sound like it makes a lot of sense, but if you've seen Dragon Ball Z, then you know Goku loves a good fight, is always testing his limits, trying to improve his skills, and has a sense of honor. To me, that sounds like a Fenrir. The Get of Fenris often gets written off as bloodthirsty berserkers who are all too easy to rage and tear apart everything in their path by the other tribes. Of course, this implies that the Fenrir care what the other tribes think about them. In their eyes, there was no greater tribe than the Get of Fenris. If the werewolves are indeed the strongest of Gaia's children, then the Fenrir are the strongest of the strong. The other tribes concern themselves with petty things. The children of Gaia want peace. The Black Furies want justice. The Silver Fangs want to stay on top. The Glasswalkers want to protect humanity. The Wendigo are histrionics about past wrongs. The Get of Fenris only cares about one thing above all else, victory against the worm. And they will cover the earth in an ocean of blood to make it happen. Werewolves were made for war, and the Get of Fenris is war. That is their purpose, their calling, their destiny. So it will be they who claim victory for Gaia against the worm.
Okay, so good so far, what we learned. But again, I would like to have one comment on about this. Whenever you have to inject needlessly the world wars and instantly telling me that your chosen characters stood with the allied forces, I'll tell you, you are my enemy. I'm not American. I don't care about the American history. And in fact, I loathe, I hate, and I'm disgusted by the amount of times people trivialized the Second World War to the point where, simply put, hating Germany and hating the Nazis without knowing why they even started the war in the first place is just by default something in your brain that is programmed. And that's actually true because what is programmed is named propaganda. Brainwashing. I don't care honestly what happened between with the war between the Allied forces and Germany. For me, any two sides that pick a war to fight are both hypocrites, are both blasphemous, and both should be deleted. In war, there is no winner, there is no hero, and there is no champion. Both sides are wrong equally, and both of them should be purged completely. War never changes, that is correct. However, nobody has the right to fight someone else just based on what they believe in, or based on their own opinions. If you wish to fight someone just because they are copying your own style or your own theme or system, you should kill yourself first and then fight them. I read the history. It's disgusting. I read some of the American take on the propaganda, especially when they attacked Japan and Germany, both. But there is no talking when you are talking with a creature that lives on the culture of war. If the creature, the other side, is this much war mad, there's no point talking to them. Personally, if I had to choose between both of them, I'd decide to purge them both. I have no idea what Germany exactly, why everyone is standing against it with the Allied forces, to the point where it is seriously unfair and completely crazy to just default to that kind of stuff. If you want me to hit someone, give me a reason to hit them. And equally, from the other side, give me the reason why you are fighting the supposed hero side. In wars, there are no heroes. In wars, there's always devils against devils. Both sides are garbage equally. Let's see what does Pentix think of the Gate of Furnace. I don't want to turn this video into a political rant for no reason. We are here to play the game. Half an hour so far. Gamer, very good. Let's go.
I mentioned cultural baggage during our discussion regarding the Fianna. There are few tribes so saddled with cultural baggage as this sorry group of morons. Oh, and morons they are, for their incessant wars that do little more than reduce their already thin numbers. The Gates of Fenris are terrifying opponents to behold. I have witnessed many an employee lose the contents of his bowel at the sight of one of these beasts, just prior to losing the contents of his chest cavity to the claws of one of them. But their unrelenting, unending rage can be a boon to us and a curse to them, perhaps more so than any tribe. Yes, cultural baggage. They subscribe heavily to the ideas of lineage, of heritage, of ancestral memory. So many of these Fenrir believe themselves to be descended from warriors of Norse legend, Vikings, Gothic sometimes, Aryans, yes, the Aryans. During the Second World War there was one Fenrir that styled himself as the Werewolf Mensch or something similar. Now, contrary to popular opinion, I was not involved in that little conflict during the mid-20th century. However, the Werewolf Mensch and his pack, or should I say camp, situated in Austria, if I recall from my records, they subscribed wholly to the Third Reich's idea of racial purity. They believed it had something to do with their werewolf genes, shall we say. And so they also believed that the SS must have been right regarding Untermensch, that they, Untermensch, were worm-tainted. I think perhaps they had it the wrong way round. Not that I would associate with such villainous elements. Some things are just done in poor taste. Needless to say, the Werewolf Mensch was last seen by myself dancing a rather dark-coloured spiral. Not all of the Geta Fenris are so foolish. They have generals and warlords, tacticians that are supreme among their kind. They know how to coordinate a battle. They know how to sacrifice their young to achieve a necessary victory. They're very keen on doing so. It is a Geta Fenris custom to throw their pups into the breach, the fiery meat grinder that we provide, and if they should survive to see the other side, covered in scars and who knows what, then maybe, just maybe, they will be accepted by the tribe. Of course, more often than not, they throw their pups at us and they die horrible, horrible deaths if we do not coax them down into some worm pit and spit them out as something a bit more useful to our aims. But while that's all going on, the tacticians, the generals, the warlords, they're sneaking around behind us, waiting to ass-fuck us with their claws. Yes, they are of great mind, pragmatic perhaps, prepared to sacrifice what needs to be sacrificed, but they do not have a long-term view. Whilst they have this survival of the fittest attitude, they seem to be intrinsically unaware that their numbers are already low. That works to our advantage, of course. The tribe itself is largely meritocratic. They put a great deal of importance on those that survive great adversity. Sometimes they will send their young or their champions seeking honour, glory, renown, call it what you will, down into the pits of Malpheus. Oh, yes, I have been to Malpheus before, I may have mentioned. I have heard tell of Geta Fenris being sent there in order to test themselves, but more accurately, they are sent there by a leader, by a chieftain, because it is a duty of great honour to take that plunge. I believe the Black Spiral Dancers took a similar one. Now you could say, surely that is stupid on the part of the Fenrir. Surely they would not sacrifice their own number by sending them into a suicidal locale such as Malpheus, from which they stand very little chance of returning. You would be right, except not on the stupid part. You see, the Geta Fenris are highly political. They may not seem it. They're certainly not so political among other tribes, but among their own, they will do anything they can to stand on top of the pile, even if it means sending their peers to unwinnable situations, such as the Plane of the Worm. While they use their pups as such, and whilst other tribes use them as cannon fodder, I would be lying if I said that their tactics weren't effective. They do more damage to us on the field than perhaps any other tribe. Should not be a laughing matter. And indeed I know that their greatest threat is their rivalry with other tribes that does not stem from them wanting to be top dog as such. This comes from their wanting to be the strongest of the strong. They will take cairns from other packs, members of Geta Fenris, by force. And those that do not answer an insult with physical rebuke, I could probably count on one hand. They are all too easy to lash out, and so they make enemies among their peers. That can be worked to our advantage, but you will rarely find a Geta Fenris that is easily manipulated in the ways that we prefer. Better to rely on their own uncontrollable rage to do the job for us. Oh, and how they love their battle scars, you know, whether it's scarred from another lupine or scarred from one of our own little experiments, they will bear those marks proudly. Such a proud warrior culture that the Geta Fenris hold. Do any tribes truly seem so barbaric as this one? You could almost be mistaken into thinking they're trying to compensate for something, perhaps past wrongs, maybe? And they committed many. Their moves into the Americas, their annihilation of many of what they consider the pure ones. They performed similar actions in Africa and in Australia, all due to their cultural baggage. They have to assert themselves. They have to be alpha, no matter what the situation may be. The Geta Fenris Arun is, as I pointed out earlier, utterly horrifying, even to one such as myself. And yet, that Arun will likely try to assert his dominance in a political situation, in a situation where they merely wish to clutch around a fire and tell tales of victories and lament defeats. That Arun will charge through the Umbra thinking that he is best suited to the role. Again, not to imply they're all thick-headed, but what I do imply is they have some major pride issues that they just cannot get away from. And so you ask me, and the reason you come here is, how do I defeat the Fenrir? How is it that I take them on? My simple answer is to try not to do so. I know that's not what you want to hear, but these creatures are relentless. Once they pick up your scent, you should run, you should hide, or you should bury yourself beneath the soil if that option is available to you. Outlast them. The Geta Fenris do not forget. They hold terrible grudges, as many employees of Pentex have discovered. One of our former directors, Robert Allred, was kinfolk to a Geta Fenris. He bribed his way onto the board, spent half his life looking over his shoulder, thinking that his family were going to come calling for him. That's no way to live. Allred brought with him a certain amount of information that was highly valuable to Pentex at the time, allowed us to combat tribes such as the Fenrir for many a year. It is a shame what happened to him. Still, Allred left some notes for us. Some little ditty that he passed around at a board meeting once. We all presumed it to be a joke. You may have seen me glancing down. It is at this. Allred writes, options when facing the Get. Put civilians in the way, and this is number one. Number one, put civilians in the way and hope they realise who they're killing. During their hesitation, empty a clip of silver bullets into their face. Option 2, slow them down with corrosive and explosive furmori. While they pick the chunks from their fur, empty a clip of silver bullets into their face. Option 3, trigger devastation such as an explosion of an oil refinery or a meltdown at a power plant. As they weigh up whether to save Gaia or rend you limb from limb, empty a clip of silver bullets into their face. Option 4. If none of the above options are available and the Geta Fenris are at your door, turn gun on self, only one bullet required. Poor Allred. There came a time when he stopped looking over his shoulder. There is a clip waiting for you on the way out, on that filing cabinet over there. Contains silver bullets. One is missing, however.
Okay. Now that we know about Pentex's stake, and we also know about the Gates of Furnace, it's about time we start the game officially. But first I need to go to the bathroom since I drank just now 2 mugs of coffee and 1 tea. So yeah, my body needs a little bit of a relief. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. Let's start the game officially now. First, let's edit the description for the title. Gameplay starts at 58 minutes. For those who don't care about the world. Gameplay starts at... We said 58 correctly? Yeah, 58. 8 minutes. I know that you don't like to read anything about the lore, so here you go. Also, only my subscribers are allowed to comment on these videos. So if you cannot comment for the reason, just know that you're not among the subscribers. This area here is extremely reserved and restricted only for my subscribers alone. And yes, my theme currently for the desktop wallpaper is black holes, because they fascinate me very much. Okay, everything is set. Let's turn on here the live chat and get going with the game. Giant spinning spheres of complete and absolute destruction. I like it. By the way, something that I forgot the last time to address to you. Once Kahal informs us that all the end-run facilities are taken, and you should go back to Onawa and report to her, you should go right there and then, because otherwise you will miss some dialogue between them both about end-run and Pentix. Something I completely forget about while making this let's play. Sorry. Again, no music for the main menu, because literally it's copyrighted. Entrance headquarters, 87% for finished. So yeah, we literally lost a scene with Onawa standing nearby that lake that we saw previously. It's really fine, nothing too much major. She just talks about the Endron, talks about the Red Talons, yeah, that stuff, etc. Now, we will go to her and confront her why are the Red Talons fighting us. We're supposed to both all fight for Gaia, against the Worm, and against the Weaver both. The Weaver is insane, and the Worm is also insane. Yeah, I still remember the last time we saved was before in this stealth section here.
Watkins recently activated the Earthblood protocol. All the men in the surrounding area have either come to Mori or are well on their way. Allow me to congratulate you on the resounding success. You've all done very well.
Okay. Just try your best to take them out one by one, as much as possible. Those are all human trash from Endron. All their lives are free for you to take care of. Forever. If need is risen, just simply put, in reach. Bye.
What? Smoke that thing!
Kill them all. Kill them all. Before I forget quickly. destroy them quickly. Execute. Execute. No need for us to give them too much time. Any spirits around here? There's white fog, but it's a little bit away from us. Oh. What is this? Oh, the entrance is from here then. Or... Okay, hack area. Camera. Next.
In just a few minutes, we'll begin receiving data from the on-site sensors. I want hourly analysis from each division. The first test will serve as a benchmark. Once the process is calibrated, we can extrapolate how it will work on a larger scale.
Everyone here is Pentix trash. Indran trash. None of them deserves to live. Nobody. Everyone here, their lives are already wasted.
Make your wall.
Just destroy him. It's like I'll have to just focus completely on the single side. Who's trying to attack me like this? Fomori must die. Frenzy. Destroy him. Execute. Again, I repeat it. If you can't chat here, if you can't write anything, it means you're not a subscriber. I only allowed in this stream, on all of my streams, the possibility for only my subscribers to write anything. Okay, now send, allow in blank, hold comments for review, customization. Yes, chat lively, live chat reply. Only subscribers can speak. If you are not a subscriber, I made this choice here because I am sick of the bots. I am sick of the spammers. Unless you are a subscriber, you have no right to comment here. The only way for you to take away this rule is to subscribe. Sorry. But I'm not changing this.
I've got it. They've taken her to one of their offshore black sites. I'll send Declan to pick you up as soon as we've moved the survivors somewhere safe.
So I've got time to settle things with Onawa.
Spirit, thank you very much. Okay, no more spirits. Let's go. Leave this area. what do you think did the Earthblood Project protocol do for the environment? More Fomori? More Wham? Whatever it was bad. Go.
Onawa. Could she have really given in to the worm? I have to be sure.
And the spirits here that we need to collect one. I believe it's the one that we ignored. I have a bad feeling about this. Just in case, give me a little bit of rage. Yeah, everyone down there is a Tomori. Hi. What to do? I doubt we can do anything else for them. If they see us, they will instantly turn. Or we'll have to just attack them regardless. Your allies yesterday killed today's enemies. Frenzy!
To be done.
No need to justify yourself, okay, buddy? Kahal, you don't have to justify yourself. They are all Endron victims. They are all Pentix victims. You don't have to justify it. Right, already that's this stuff, thanks. No point in wasting your time, just destroy them. All of them. Frenzy! There's no point at all in wasting your time here. Yep. Nice. Execute. Shut up. This is a healer. Where's that spirit? Outside here. We are killing our very own allies because Pentix, the cast, did all of this to them. This game is mess.
I thought you should hear this from me.
What is it?
Dusk. The gas. He didn't make it.
No!
I'm sorry.
Dusk.
Now we lost another one. Amazing. We lost another friend. Is this game trying to intentionally make this a tragedy?
So many dead. And I'll make Watkins pay for every one.
They couldn't stand the stench of the worm. They just couldn't. And can you blame them? They are humans, not Garou. Garou also can't stand too much of this. Let's go here and relieve them from their cursed fate. There. Destroy them. All of them. Destroy them all. Simply put, the worm, the Fomori show you what truthfully the individuals look like. Get killed or again, finish off. Done. Go. Finished him. Okay.
This gas is an abomination.
Next, our list. There is a spirit right there, yeah, but thing is I cannot see it. I can't see it and I cannot connect it. And for some reason I don't think those corpses would remain down for too long. That's the spirit. From where do I reach it? Is the question. What is this? What the hell? Hey, why can't I cross? Game? And how was I supposed to find out this on my own? Wow. This is the last spirit. Listen here. 4 points collected. Cross. Wow. I simply came here by mere accident. Okay, now what I'm first. Okay, I'm going to take this one. Now 4 points left, and this skill's mine. Let's go talk to that cursed traitor, Honoa. How could you? How the actual hell could you? Let's go to the Red Talons cannon. Once again, I repeat, if you can't comment on the video, it's because I restricted the commenting only for subscribers and none others than them. Because of the spamming bots. Can I speak with you, Pacho? Pacho's not here. Hello there. I don't see any wolves either.
There's still much work to be done. Stay vigilant, lest the worm overwhelm you.
Good. I don't see any of her kin here. The returns. What's up, Onawa?
Onawa. I had to fight one of your wolves at Entrance HQ. I had Watkins until your wolf interfered. Why?
You still don't understand. Survival requires sacrifice. Endron is too powerful. The worm is too powerful. Fighting against them only leads to unnecessary death.
What do you mean by that? Agaru does not betray their own kind. The Britons are corrupted.
You betrayed me. And you betrayed Gaia. You sold yourselves to the worm.
I've made no pact with the worm. But Endron is prepared to move off our territory and leave us in peace. All in exchange for a few heads.
Are you picking a fight, Onawa? Like right now? She sent the returns after me. She attacked Lambda mankind.
So that Red Talon was following your orders?
Yes, but you survived, and that puts all of us in danger. Your death was a key part of the arrangement.
You've lost your mind. Pachua never should have allowed this to happen unless the worms corrupted him too. Through your bond. I'm sorry, Onawa, but I need to put things right.
We are in the Umbra again. The Okita final mission is here to cross. I defeated her, now I need to defeat her totem spirit. I can't see anything. Your talents decided there is no other but Trubus. We decided there is Krynos. What are you doing? Ow! Ow! Destroy her! When I was insane. Ah! He's resurrecting her. This is unfair. Stop it. We need a frenzy, or I will die. Frenzy. Pacho, get here.
Am I still your enemy, leader of the Red Talons?
Forgive me, Fianna warrior. I failed in my duty. I remained blind as Endron used me to corrupt our guardian spirit.
What will become of him now?
He was gravely tainted by the worm, but will regain his strength and time and be reborn from his ashes. You will forever have the Red Talon's gratitude.
Is it truly over?
Are you sure the worm won't reappear as Pachua regains his power?
I am no longer sure of anything, Fianna. It was my certainty that caused this. For now, all I can do is wait and see. I thought I withstood the worm on my own. But it was Pachua protecting me through our bond. He suffered the full force of the worm's corruption. And through this same bond, I allowed the corruption that infected Partua to cloud my mind. His rage became my own.
Our paths separate here. They will have to keep on fighting.
Your pack has suffered heavy losses, but Endron's losses are heavier.
We shall finish what you have started. Our concerns must extend beyond our cairn. Leave without worry, Cahal. We shall purify this territory.
Maybe we'll meet again someday.
You will be welcome if you ever come this way again.
Thank you, Onawa.
Time to meet up with Ava.
Shall I talk to her once more? Let's see if she needs any help. Okay. Of course. Discuss.
You will forever have the Red Talon's gratitude.
What happened?
How was the worm able to reach Partua?
My blind pride. I thought I was strong enough to withstand the worm on my own. But, as always, it was Partua protecting me through our bond. He suffered the full extent of the worm's corruption. And through this same bond, I allowed the corruption that infected Partua to cloud my mind. His rage became my own.
Our paths separate here?
I have to leave. My daughter can't wait.
Leave without worry, Cahal. You have significantly weakened Endron's hold here. We will finish the purification of our territory.
Maybe we'll meet again someday.
You will be welcome if you ever come this way again.
Talk.
Time to meet up with Ava.
Buddy. Help their Karen.
Cahal. This gas. Only a Garu who has been touched by the worm and stood strong could withstand it. But I am too weak for that now. Shut the valves that control the spread of the gas, and I will send my Garu to destroy what remains of Endron on these lands. I beg of you, help me stop this abomination.
Consider it done. Let's go, Cal. A spirit. Hello there, what's up?
The worm has hold of everything around us. The fight must continue.
And continuing it shall. Let's go quickly now to the back.
We've got the survivors to a safe place. As soon as you're ready, return to the base and contact Declan. He'll come and get you.
Understood.
Okay, understood. Let's move it. Go back to the main entrance again. As fast as you can. Too much background noise. I'll have to continue a little bit in the mute. Be right back.
should stop the gas from spreading.
Okay, no more background noise. Let's just keep on going then. Now, to the next one. Next valve. Enter from the Lopus entrance. Right here. It's up there. Up here? Where the opposite is?
Kill me.
Hide. Bye. Four. Nice. Can I now go to the valve, please? What is that? Must go through the elevator here. Hello. Already read it. Again. Destroy him. Next. Next. Where's the enemy? Go. Destroy him. Destroy the Pomori. Where are the elevators in this area here? Okay. All of the Lambda mankind is done for. And of course, Andranway laughs again. In the face of everyone else, actually including the environment. Go! Frenzy! Destroy them! Last one. This is the healer. Critical hell.
Let's stop the gas.
2 more left. Go. This one. Okay, this is closed. I don't need to do that. Disega. Here. Doesn't matter, just keep moving. Execute! Everyone! Too many. Heal. Get here. To the valve.
The gas is dissipated.
One last one. Let's do this one last favor before we leave, so I can get myself some more spirit points. Here you go, the last one. Done. Now, let's go back to Onawa and inform her about the good news. So her bond with Pacho meant that every time she lost her power, Pacho would heal her and keep resurrecting her non-stop. That's just cheating. Still recording, still rendering. Yeah, still rendering. Good work. Then keep moving. Onawa, I'm back. All the vaults are dealt with. Help with the Karen.
The gas spreads no longer, and the worm recedes. I shall send my Garu to burn Endron's laboratories and destroy whatever traces of the gas remain. Thank you, warrior of Gaia. We owe you much.
Thank you for the spirit points. Don't forget 2 more and we'll have the full, complete, perfect Fianna warrior. Even though honestly, the next one is just a little buff, that's it. Let's go now to Eva. Our work is done. They killed Lumidia, his wife. They killed Rodko. They killed Dusk. Who else should die also? We are losing everyone around us. Yeah, nobody around here. Ouch.
Those that were overwhelmed by the worm attacked the others.
Of course. What the fuck, balls? I don't see anyone here. But honestly, that move was just too cheap. Was just too cheap.
Declan, I'm ready.
On my way now. Andron's black site is based offshore. Ava and the others are already on their way to launch the attack.
Endron's oil rig. After defeating both Onawa and Pachua, victims of the worm's corruption, Kahal takes off for the oil rig on the Pacific coast, where Watkin has fled with Aidana. There, the Fianna warrior meets up with Eva and her activists, who aim to destroy the oil rig as well as the biological weapon that is stocked there. However, the only thing that matters to Kahal is his daughter.
Over here. My men have already secured this sector. Watkins and his troops know we're here.
Doesn't matter. They won't stop me from finding my daughter.
I know, but there's something more at stake here, Kahal. I've had time to analyze the data we got from Endron's HQ in Nevada. The biofuel and the treatment undergone by the prisoners are both linked to the Earthblood protocol.
Let her continue.
If we don't put a stop to what's going on here, the whole world is fucked, Adana included.
What are you talking about?
The tests on the prisoners allowed Endron to develop a compound that acted as an attractor for Banes. Lots of people affected ended up as Fomori.
Then the gas Watkins used in Nevada.
It's their biofuel. They've developed a method to spread their compound in gas form, and right now this is where they're producing it. Humans will contaminate each other, turn each other into Fomori, simply by driving their fucking cars. That's the Earthblood protocol.
They will find a way. We must destroy this place.
Then this base needs to be destroyed.
Damn right. We'll split up to divide their forces. Go get Adana, and try to draw their troops' attention. We both know you can handle it. My team will follow you to place explosives, and mop up any stragglers.
Fine by me. As long as you can help me find her.
I'll open any doors I can remotely. Now, let's go.
Good luck, Al.
Bring
Thank
our
you.
girl back home. Definitely with me.
Hello there. Focus up now.
Okay, by the way, having reached the oil rig, I'd like to welcome you to the game's literally final map. Yes, we are already at the end game. This is not a joke, this is real. We are already at the end game. If you still have not found something precious for you to find, you better find it here right now. Otherwise, it's always lost. I need to find some spirits here. We only need 2 more points to get our last update. When another spirit. We have 3 more here. Okay. This is literally the oil rig is literally your final map, as far as I can recall, from playing it for the first time.
The rig is split into 4 sectors, and of course, Watkins locked down the whole site when he saw us coming. To get where Adana's being held, you'll need to advance sector by sector, unlocking each one as you go. Now, connect me to this sector's terminal.
Of course. The nearest spirit is right here. All Endron's pigs' lives are free for us to destroy. Everyone here is a Fomori. Do not have mercy shown to them at all. Everyone in this area deserves death. See here. Yeah, this is the oil rig This is our last place for the game. Earth spirits. Spirits to the upgrade. I only need one last skill, that's it. Literally. This one here. Wait a minute, those are our guys. Green. It's okay. Those are our guys. Why was I so much concerned about them? Those are Lambda Mankind.
Ava?
This sector's lock has been taken care of.
How's your side looking?
We're making progress.
Good work. Now I just need to go up there and collect my spirit. Okay, now here, what is the spirit at? A little more up, that's it. Where? How do I reach this area? Open. Hello, statues. Thank you. Next. Let's some 4. Hello. Hello, Lambda Mankind, our allies.
Just keep going. I'll have my people prime the explosives so we can take this place down.
Roger.
Any spirits here? There are some. Blocked. Spirits? Not at the moment. So Earthblood Protocol is about literally weaponizing the gas, the fuel, to turn everyone into Fomori. Camera, done. Everyone here is a Fomori. Yeah, of course. Go with maximum alert. Shoot to kill everything and everyone. Do not take chances with anyone at all. Shut up. Sabotage. Okay. Let's quickly study the area here. How they walk. How they move. I need to destroy this guy as quickly as possible. This silver sniper. Silver bullet user. Gotta hell. Not really belong. Is there a possibility they will see him? 100% yes. Will we enrage? 100% yes! Fomori. Get out of my face, you filth of the worm. Hello. Next, Fomori. Did someone say this perhaps maybe frenzy? Go! Where's the last one? Komori. Execute. 3 Komori.
I'm on my way to the next sector.
There's a helipad not too far from you. That should have access to this sector's terminal.
Understood. Now, let's see if we can find any spirits around here. Spirits, where are you? Some are still there. This area is still locked. They're also upward, not here. Anything in here that's worth collecting? Not as far as I can see. What's this? Let's go. Would you like to lag even more game? Wait a minute. A lupus entrance? Okay, good.
Stay alert.
Everyone is a Fomori. Either kill them stealthily as much as you can, or instantly enrage. I'll choose the former. I need to build some rage, as is. Bye. Be quiet. And die. I can't open this thing. Okay. Get rid of one of the Fomori. Hi! Shut up. There are some spirits here. First, get rid of the Fomori. I can bark at one of them and bring him here. Possible. As long as I do not show them the corpse, that is. But also, either way, we will have to rage regardless. We'll have to rage regardless. So why bother? Why bother? Trying to avoid the inevitable. Hello. Ow. Fomori, everyone is a Fomori. Ow. Destroy him. Someone say frenzy. Destroy them all. Kill all the Fomori. Hello. Strength. Ow. Go. Finish them. Ow. Hey, stop it. Destroy them. Good work, Carl. Now, can I please get my plants? I'd like to have my spirits here. Where's this? Where is the spirit? Behind that area? Fine. Open this gate here.
I'm at the north sector. Now what?
The terminal downstairs, and all the guards in your way.
Where's the plant? Where's the spirit? How further am I going to keep progressing until I get my spirits? Crossbows. They're really expecting of me to keep firing my crossbow and stuff. Where's my spirit? Give me my spirits. Is this a joke? What is it? Where's my spirit? A plant with a spirit in it. I need to level up. Behind this. Right there. How do I reach it? Lupus entrance. Where does this Lupus entrance exist at? Missable. This is a missable collection. This is a missable one. Thank you regardless. What do I have here? Flask. Anything else? Another spirits that we could by now lose them forever because they are missable. Yeah, we have there too. I'm going to backtrack for now until I make sure that I have all of them. Very possible that our enemies have my missable spirits here. Or I could just simply use the guide to find the missable spirits. Or rig. Where? There. How do I reach them? Sincerely, how do I reach them? How do I reach those spirits here? Go up. Two, three. What is right there? How do I reach there? Just continue on moving, like, that's it? Okay, go down. Thing in here. 2 here, 3 here, 4 here. I feel that some stuff are missable. If I do not catch them right now, I will lose them. How do I even reach that area? The bolts, I think, that's her. Flask. Okay, next. This is the Lupus entrance. One, two, three. Are you sure there's nothing in here for me to collect? Obviously, one jump here and it's instant death. Next. Okay. Looks like there's nothing I can do at the moment. Got this. Computer. Up there.
The North Sector guards managed to slow Lambda Mankind's advance. Keep it up! Mr. Watkins is counting on you. Make him proud.
I'll make him bow, not proud.
Everyone on me!
Go! Finish it. Hello for Mori. Who did that? Naughty! Frenzy! Let me show you what having a gift from the worm is like. Finish it. Spirit is upstairs. Looks like more for Mori. Enter. Yes. There you go. First hack. Camera.
Your turn, Ava.
On it. You head to the North Sector.
How are you managing?
Lost some men in a counterattack, but we've managed to push them back.
Okay, good to know. Okay. Now where to? You remember I still want those spirits. See here. 2 hours and 3 minutes. One extra 30 minutes and we will stop. Okay? No need to bombard you right away with this thing. And spirits here. Okay, too many, way too many. Okay, so the answer is what? The answer is very simple, actually. Enrage right away. And they will also enrage on their own and turn into Fomori. Kill him. Ow. Frenzy. Know them. Where are the spirits here? One is right here. Where? Is this game toying with me? Where are my spirits? One is up. I mean, how much further do you want me to keep going until you give me the spirits? One is there. Where? How do I reach it? Here? Or is it the same elevator we just went in? We also lost. Okay, fine. You know what, game? Fine. Fine. I'll do what I do best in this kind of situations. Okay, let's see here. Where? Wolf. Yeah, pockets of Earthblood. Oil. Rig. Spirit locations. I will take this from you no more. The game guided channel. Okay, where are the spirits now? I remember myself previously watching this channel for a couple of other guides as well. I took this already. Okay. This one also, I think the one... Okay. Uh-huh. The statues, yeah, we already took them. 2 out of 7. Okay, next. Where's number 3? Go back to your lupus mode, okay. And keep firing like this. Fine. Where's the next one? Number 4. Hack the cameras as we did. Okay. After raging and whatnot, what happens now? Go through this door. Yeah. Okay, through the lupus entrance. Good. Exactly what we did. Okay, next. After you rage and you destroy all the lambda, all the end-run pigs here. What? A lupus entrance, okay. I think we already entered this area. Yeah, the plant. Already gathered it. Created it. Next. Area with 2 turrets. Yeah. An area with 2 turrets. We didn't reach it yet. And more of the end-run pigs. Just reach already. So just literally keep on moving. That's it. Keep on moving forward, that's it. I have no idea where this area is at this step. But what I didn't understand is that I'll have to just keep on moving. Go up. Quickly with the lupus mod. Lupus form. Flask.
Nice.
Of course it is nice. This is the area with the 2 turrets. Okay.
Those hippie fucks have put through the north sector. It's nothing we didn't plan for. Return to your positions and keep your eyes open. We'll make them regret attacking Enford.
Yeah, sure, as if. I need to shut down them both. How? That electrical grid. I need to go there and sabotage it. How? That electrical thing needs to be sabotaged. The question is how. The answer is with patience. Shut up. Hi.
Backup needed.
Shut up. Shut up. And range. Grab him. Straight. Finish it off. Good work, good work. Quickly. Destroy it. Frenzy. Go! After from Mori. Next. Hello. Straight him. So one more for Mori. Frenzy. Go down the spiral. Down the black spiral. Go. Go. Finished yet. Go. Done. Is this the one? Where are my spirits? I can see some shining, but not from there.
Ava, how are you managing?
We placed C4 on key support structures in 2 sectors. Took some heavy losses in the process, but we're holding strong.
Okay, priority order C7889. President Richard Watkins, Dr. Listerman. The operating theaters of Viridian State Prison are not in position to handle the continuation of our tests. Please prepare a lab that is able to receive the werewolf subject on our offshore space.
This email's only a few weeks old.
Spirits. I see some glowing, but not too much. Hi. Let's try here again. An elite. I'm not interested in just killing an elite. I'm interested in killing everyone.
Show yourself.
I'm here. I'm right here.
Stay on your guard.
Destroy him. Hello. One more power spirit point, and we're done. And looks like for me the next save point will be the last before we stop the session for today. Okay. Let's see here. Is the other one? One up there, very close by. Okay, how do I reach them? Something here doesn't make sense. Any Lopus entrances? No. Or they can also be areas from the upper floor. Can't just enter them right now. We'll see. Nothing is in here. Can I have some flasks or some more ammo? Anything? No. Nothing. Okay. Let's check the area here. Nothing really? Absolutely nothing. Two spirits, but they are not on the same area here.
I'm entering the north sector.
The server you're looking for is downstairs. Oh, fuck.
What is it?
I've got 2 black spiral dancers on my screen. They're waiting for you.
Black spirals. Good. I've got an old score to settle.
Reach. 2 black spiral dancers. The worst of the worst in the Garo Nation. In here? Don't see anything yet. Anything worth collecting, or why else is this area here in the first place? Just for mockery's sake, huh? Fine. Just some helmets. Any spirits here that are worth collecting? No. Not even ammo? No. Fine. Save. Yeah. I'm stopping it here. Since it has been right now 2 hours and 22 minutes. Enough for today's session. So what did we do exactly in today's session? We defeated Onawa and Pachua. We saved the Retals from Indran. Closed some disgusting vaults. And finally, we managed to go and reach Indran's final stand with the oil rig. Okay, you will not like what I'm about to say, okay? You will not like it. But from next session onward, we will be visiting not only one tribe per video. Next session, we will be exploring both the Glasswalkers and the Shadow Lords at the same time. which means 18 minutes for the Glasswalkers, and then Pentix's take on the Glasswalkers for 13 minutes. Then we will go for the Shadow Lords with 17 minutes, and then we will go back to Pentix's take on the Shadow Lords for 8 minutes. Then, since this will have us finished half of the tribes, if I were to finish the game before we finish the educational part, I'm going to make a post-game short, rather long video where we will be explaining the Pentix take on the Silent Striders, the Silver Fangs, the Ictina, the Wendigo, the Stargazers, and that will be it. So 4 more tribes, all in all. Why am I putting all this energy and all this time invested into this educational part of the game? Because when I do a project, I wish to do it correctly. That's why. So, until this game ends, you will have to learn the lore of the tabletop game of the same name, Werewolf the Apocalypse, as well as Werewolf the Apocalypse Earthblood. Let me see if I can show you the book that this game is based on. Werewolf the Apocalypse tabletop game. Okay. Werewolf the Apocalypse. I think I'll show you this here. Yeah, this is the game. Werewolf the Apocalypse, the tabletop game. Dice Clicker 5th edition. This is the heart of the whatever. It's none of our business. Werewolf the Apocalypse, Earthblood. I'm looking for the game. Werewolf the Apocalypse. The role-playing game of tabletop. The Apocalypse. 5th edition. The games are based literally on this here. Let's make this strict here and research again. This one is the Heart of the Forest, another one of the Werewolf the Apocalypse of the games. The Black Furies, I think those are the character, the game characters and tribes. The Apocalypse, the tabletop game. This is the game that this game is based on. So until you get to learn all its lore and why, sadly, most of the tabletop games adaptations are very bad, we will not enter the project yet. Also, I did get 2 requests for games. Captain Crunchy's Adventure, I shall see to it. Also, I have Plague Inc. Evolved. Plague Inc. Evolved is an RTS game, a real-time strategy game. And I told you that I will be giving it 5 times the time I need to think of playing RTS because of the late failure and complete failure of Dungeons games that were also RTS. I'm starting to think that maybe I shouldn't be playing any more RTS since there's not much participation with them. One last time I remind you, the only way for you to comment on my videos or on my live streams rather is for you to be a subscriber. I will not remove this requirement. Too many to count spamming bots, too many to count trolls. I will no longer take any chances. If you wish to commentate on my live streams, you must be a subscriber. Sorry. This is unnegotiable. Also, all my videos go under the Creative Commons attributes. I don't use YouTube's standard license, which means Creative Commons license means all the videos that you watch and all the streams you watch or even check out are downloadable. You can download them, you can re-upload them elsewhere. As long as you give credit where credit is due, you are free to do as you wish. Okay? With that being said, I'd like to give my thanks and prayer for all my subscribers, commentators, followers, fans, and friends, everyone from the Beasts of the Altered Empire and everyone from the Discord server of YouTube free YouTube friends by name. Thunderstruck Gaming, B809 Gaming, Luxbear, Markhoss, Nitrocrash 31, Mark IC 2211, Rogue Agent Carodan, Cryfield, CPTV 123, Matthew 1121, Slagarda Crawl 85, Alpharal, Muscleban Gaming, and Abyss Press. All these names, peace be upon you, and thank you very much for your continuous support, your continuous loyalty, and your continuous participation whenever that could be an option or a reality. With that being said, this has been with you the continuation of Project Let's Play Werewolf the Apocalypse, and I have been with you, your host Invisible from Invisible's Gaming Channel, striking at your hearts from the dark side of the moon. Until next time and until next stream, take care all, best of luck, stay careful and stay healthy. We are living in very uncertain, unguaranteed times, and nothing is guaranteed to go as you wish. We are living in a very uncertain and unsafe time, so keep your family and friends close to you, keep your enemies even closer to you, and always remember to give credit where credit is due and give gratitude where gratitude is due. You don't know when you will require help and where it will come from. Also, it's much cheaper and easier to say thank you for someone than it is to buy flowers for the deceased who will not receive the flowers, nor will they appreciate you for it or thank you for it. With that being said, until next time, Invisible with you, sign out. Take care all, best of luck, and in the stream.